Demetrius, tell us what you did at Renaissance.
I fell asleep.
Not because it was boring.
No, because I was.
I can't believe we're dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning up in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet while we're dancing in the street. In the neon light, I let the music go repeat all through the night.
It is Thursday, June 27th. I just made it home from Kissimmee. Went to the gym this morning, did some reading. What is this book? This book is by Hands Now Known, Jim Crow's Legal Executioners by Margaret Burnham. It's a really good book so far. I highly recommend it. It has endorsements from like some pretty great people. David Leverett Lewis, who is known for writing the big bio of W.E.B. Du Bois, Idea Hartman, who is like my favorite scholar, I think. But yeah, so I did that this morning, stopped at the grocery store to pick up some produce. I got some bell peppers and onions to have with dinner. Watermelon, of course. And I arrived to a box on my front porch. So I was like, I don't think I ordered anything, but it's always nice to come home to a package. It's like Christmas for adults. I need to water my avocado plant. I'm gonna show you what it looks like in a second. It is droopy. But yeah, so I came home, I was like, I don't think I ordered anything. So I already opened it up, but I haven't taken anything out of it. Because on top, it's a gift for you. Love and gratitude from Elizabeth. One of my deepest and closest relationships stemming all the way back to 6th grade. And a couple weeks ago, she reached out for some help with something like job related. And of course, as soon as I saw her message, I was like, let me get to it and see what I can do to help. And she's just so nice, because I was like, this is what friends do. Like, they ask for help and you help them. But she's so nice to have sent me a gift. So let's open it up and see what it is. So excited. It says, again, love and gratitude from Elizabeth. The wrapping papers. And, wow.
All right, here we are. It is our big day.
Reveal it. Queen House. I told you I was obsessed with that show in high school. Wow. I have like no spatial reasoning again, so even getting this out of the bag is... I'm pressing my luck. Let me just... I'm so bad at this. Okay, maybe... Ah, finally. Okay. I believe we can see what's inside there. The best way to make your home office cozier is to add plants and elevate your plant's beauty with our planter pots. Everyone is designed and manufactured with plant parent specific needs in mind. Oh, marketing. Okay. Product quality and warranty, full refund and quick replacement if there are any issues upon receiving the product. Please. Okay. In 2 parts. This is going to be the reservoir, of course. Beautiful. I like the planter, so cute. Actually, this is fantastic. I love this. I was just saying that my avocado tree is over there wilting. This is very pretty. And I think part of the reason it's wilting is because the pot that it's in is it's a smaller pot, and it's in its growth phase, and this thing definitely needs a bigger pot now. I started it from an avocado pit, and I of course don't plan on like getting edible avocados off of this because they don't grow true to seed. But I just love the look and shape of avocado plants, and I thought it would be nice to have one in the house. So I started this one from the pit. So I'm going to go ahead and water that for now. I need to get some more soil because this pot is obviously bigger than the other one before I repot it. But this is perfect. This is going to be a great new home for my little avocado plants. I have some others around here that, well, they've just been repotted. Like this one, it's a cutting off of my fiddle leaf fig in the living room that I've had since I moved into this house. I bought this place 4 years ago. 5 years ago? It's 2024, yeah. And that tree has been with me since I got here, and every year it touches the ceiling. And every year I have to take cuttings off. So I have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 cuttings around the house. Some of them are, this is a brand new one. So it's not giving growth yet, but it's stable and it looks healthy and it looks happy. Actually, maybe some of these baby leaves are kind of new. I can't remember. But it's been very happy so far. The other ones that I have upstairs in my office, they are several years old now. They need to be repotted and put into some deeper soil. But they're doing great. They're tall, much taller than this. Maybe about this high now. What a lovely thing to come home to. Thank you so much, Liz. I will send you a personal message as soon as I get off of here, but very grateful. When you asked for my address, I thought you were going to send me like a card. This is very nice. This is very thoughtful. You didn't have to do that. Love you. I just finished eating lunch. I had some leftovers for when my parents were in town, so I just did that so that I wouldn't be wasting the food, even though I was really craving Raisin Bran. I today have to focus on getting a book review. I'm not going to get it done today, but I need to continue reading the book. So that is what my afternoon is going to look like. Usually I don't work down here, usually upstairs in my office for working, but I don't know. It just feels like I need to not be in the office today. So here I am. This is going to be a very boring. I'm not going to be bored. It would be a very boring video to watch me read. So I just came on to say this is what is happening in my life today. And maybe I'll check in afterwards, but I don't really have a lot going on. After work, today is a day of rest. I'm not trying to be outside. I'm not trying to do anything really but relax in my space. I'm trying to do a lot more of that. I've been missing my space. So let me get to work. So I want to start by introducing you to the work of the sociologist Cecilia Ridgway. She wrote this article, The Social Construction of Status Value. And it's a theoretical article, and she's asking a kind of big, broad question. How do nominal characteristics, like your skin color or sex, things that don't inherently carry value, how do they come to get independent status value established on them or in them? In other words, how does skin color become race, and what does that process mean for how we should define or understand race moving forward in the class? So she lays it out in this way. You have a society with diverse nominal traits. In this room, there are lots of diverse nominal traits, different hair colors, different eye colors, different hair textures, different skin colors. And then you add something else within that social context, some form of inequality. I'll give an example in a second. And onto that, you add one more factor, situational beliefs about worthiness. This is called expectation state theory. So sometimes when you walk into a social setting, you'll look at a person and you'll automatically assume that they will bring something of value or won't bring something of value into that setting. You have an expectation based on something that you know prior, a previous experience, whatever. So let's take an example of height. Different heights, these are nominal traits. Your height doesn't necessarily mean anything about your aptitude to do anything at all, but it is something that is diverse within society. Then you put height into a context. Let's say athletics, and specifically basketball. We know that basketball nets are set up higher, that it's a little more advantageous for taller people to play basketball. Expectation states theory is going to play a huge part in how we get from the nominal trait of height to height carrying a status value beyond one social context. So I'll go back to that example in a second. But you have each nominal trait or characteristic has its own incremental effect on a person's relative status. So in the basketball example, I might prejudge a person based not only on their height, but now I might also add their build or their sex, because what I'm seeing is like, oh, more people who play basketball, they're not just tall and lanky, they're also tall with a stronger build. And I might see there are more people of a certain gender on the basketball court than there are of others. So then each of those characteristics becomes generalized as a kind of competency as well. So I'm starting to correlate things that don't necessarily correlate. I'm correlating height with build and with gender. And then I start to look at gender and build as having their own value separate from the height thing. So I'm like losing the cognitive moves that I'm making in my head and starting to establish independent values for these things. So then I might start associating tallness and this muscular build with athletic competence in general, so that I think people who are tall and lean are generally going to be better than others at most or all sports than people who are shorter or people with different builds. So I've moved away from basketball And now I'm associating with sports as an entirety. I've gone from one small thing, this difference in nominal traits and height. I've seen things that I think are correlates with it in terms of gender and build. And now I'm thinking, well, if they're good at basketball because of this, they must also be good at golf, and they must be good at shot put, and they must be good at wrestling, and they must be good at, right? So we have here these initial structural conditions. You have an inequality that develops in distribution of some sort of exchangeable resource in a population. In the basketball, it's winning a game. But it might be something like land ownership. You have an inequality, land ownership. Some people have it, some people don't. Then you have the level of resources possessed is a socially meaningful distinction among the population, such that individuals tend to interact more with others of similar resources. So land ownership matters a lot, and people who have land are more likely to interact with other people who have land. People who have money more likely to interact with other folks who have money. Then the population is also divided into categories of nominal characteristics. Like we just saw, some people are taller, some people are shorter. You have a nominal trait, something that we don't even consider matters at all in our society that much. Free versus attached earlobes. This nominal trait doesn't necessarily by itself exist as a basis for differentiating people or viewing people as more or less competent at something. But if over time, the landowning class, they all have attached earlobes and they all tend to be together and they all tend to reproduce children who have attached earlobes, you might start to notice, oh, if you have attached earlobes in this society, you're more likely to own land. Or if you are a person of this skin color, you're more likely to have this advantage or this privilege. So then out of that, you have 4 micro-level interactions that are possible. A society where you have similar resources and similar nominal characteristics. So everybody has about the same stuff. Everybody's a landowner, and everybody looks about the same. In that type of society, would something like race, a form of inequality, develop? What do you think? Society where everybody looks the same and everybody has the same stuff.
It's like a Lambo. I be jumping out the stage. Crowd better save her. I can't believe we made it.
It's like, as a shorter person, you have a harder time dunking or doing an alley-oop on the basketball court, then people might view you as having less resources and therefore treat you differently. So in situation 4, and this is Cecilia Ridgway's argument, a society, in order to develop something like racism or sexism, you have to have differential resources, which our society does, and people have to look diverse, which we do. So expectation states theory, I kind of jumped over it before, but I'm back to it now. The argument of expectation states theory is that when interactants share a collective goal, when people have a similar interest, they develop a hierarchy of influence and status. You have expectations about a group member's contributions and the value of that addition. And all of us have been in a school situation at some point where we've been put in a group with somebody who we know isn't going to be a contributor. So you start with interactants sharing a goal. And person with characteristic B, whatever that characteristic is seen as not having the resources to help you achieve that goal. So your expectations of that person are quite low. And because you view that person as not competent in one area, we tend to transfer information like this into other areas. So I view you as not competent at task A. I also might view you like, I don't want you in my group work in math class, I also don't want you in my group work in English literature. Even though those two are unrelated. Initially, person B's competence was situation specific to one scenario, but now it's becoming more generalized. I think generally this person is not competent. And then, as we tend to do, it's a psychological trick that our brain plays on us, we start to associate the traits of that person with other people who might look or appear like them. So other people with characteristic B have the same thing happen to them. We have lower expectations for them and therefore start to treat them differently. And this gets reinforced over time by experience and continually generalizing others. Characteristic B transforms worthiness and competence attributes into status values. And that's one of the things that we saw happen with this concept of race over time. So we viewed a certain group of people as less competent, less intelligent, less skilled, less this, that, or the other, more hypersexual, more this, more that. Same thing happens with gender, as we were reading about in Whistling Vivaldi, right? Expectations about women in math. Well, you were discriminated against, so you couldn't do math or get careers in math, and now you're viewed as less competent in math. So when you go to school, teachers view you as less competent, and you end up not entering into those kinds of career fields, and the cycle continues. So that's expectation states theory. So that's a summary of the social construction of status value as developed by Cecilia Ridgway. And it provides another way for thinking about what you've been reading in Whistling Vivaldi. Does all of that make sense? It's probably the fastest I've done those slides in my life. So I've described this concept of stereotyping at a structural level. What we're talking about is not just an individual or moral problem. It's not that you are a bad person because you do prejudice. Like, we all do it. We prejudge. It's part of how our brains have developed over time. So what we're talking about is not an individual thing, but a structural one. How does our society reckon with the fact that we can recognize that we have prejudice? Unfortunately, this prejudice, which always happens at the level of groups, you can't be prejudiced against one person. You're always prejudiced against a group because you're defining it by status value. This has psychological effects, not just on the people deemed less confident, but it leads to the internalization of stereotypes, and it has significant effects on people's senses of identity. So that's going to get us back into Whistling Vivaldi. And finally, where we're supposed to start today.
It's Friday. It's hot this morning, and I am leaving campus. But I was about to walk to my car, and I came across this hawk sitting on top of a bike. And it's huge, and it's just chilling. And I decided to try to walk around to get a good angle of it, so let's see if it's still there. It's right there on top of the bike. It's also like hyper vigilant. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you video recording me? But anyway, it's hot out here. I got on this long sleeve shirt. I am headed home no, I'm not headed home. I'm headed first to the liquor store to pick up some stuff to make aviators. It's still today is actually Reggie's official birthday. And so I invited some folks over for a night of games and hate watching, one of our favorite movies to hate watch. And yeah, Reggie's favorite drink is gin. So I'm gonna try to make some aviators tonight. And after that, I need to stop at the grocery store very, very quickly to grab some other items, hit the gym. Then I need to continue reading. I need to continue reading for this review that's due on Tuesday. And today's also Pay My Bills Day. So I have a lot left to do this afternoon. It's currently 2:00.
Give me my check. Put some respect on my check. Pay me in equity. Watch me reverse out of dicks. He got a bad bitch. We live in lavish. I got expensive fabrics. I got expensive habits. He wanna go with me. He likes to roll away. He wanna be with me. Ice ornaments, ice style ornaments. You ain't owner this, don't think they owner this. But I'm a jet.
Oh my god. There's
Shut down Khalid.
legit Halloween stuff.
Philippe Petit. Get up my dick. Give me the ball, give me the ball. Take the top shift. Call my girls and put them all on a spaceship. Hang one night when young say I'll make you famous.
Let me walk down here to the grocery store. Whew. I'm not gonna make it to the gym. I just decided. I've been today Friday. I've been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in a row. Woke up this morning building the DMOS. So I feel like I can take a break. I'm gonna go tomorrow morning. I've already decided that. So consignment for.
All you have to do is say, "Prepare with me."
But I'm
Let's
going
start out
to-
loud. Dear Lord Jesus,
Hold on one second.
come to my heart. Forgive me of my sin. Wash me. Cleanse me.
Thank you.
Set me free. I believe you died. I believe you rose again.
I'm gonna have a conversation one day about people stopping people in the middle of the street, making them do salvation prayers. Like, that's just such an there's so much like to learn before you can make that kind of commitment with your whole heart, and it's just from my perspective very superficial. But that's their business. I'm here. I thought I was recording once again and was not recording, but I opened the box that I received on my front porch. Was surprised to find another package. This is packaged by The Great Escape. The Green Escape. Wow, I'm very tired. I have nothing else left in me today. And it came with gratitude and love from Elizabeth, and I have gratitude and love for you, my friend. This is the Alocasia zebrina plant. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's what it looks like. This is very sweet. Obviously, the avocado plant that I thought was going in the pot that arrived yesterday is not going in the pot. This baby is. But wow, you have to be so thoughtful to send someone a live plant, because you kind of have to plan, like you really have to think about so many factors. They did a great job packing these because nothing is where it shouldn't be. I'm so tired. Nothing is where it shouldn't be. This is so beautiful though. So those are the plants. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Okay. So these are new plant care instructions. Apparently, if there's saran wrap around the roots, I need to remove that. But before I get into the nitty-gritty of getting all this together, these are so, thank you so much, Liz. These are very pretty and it's thoughtful, and once again was not expecting any of this. Thank you so much for the gifts, Liz. This is very thoughtful.
and I really appreciate it. And you don't owe me anything. But no, this is very kind, and I'm gonna go ahead and get these well taken care of. These babies are gonna thrive here, and what my friends like to call the geranium. What do they call it? It's like my house stays very warm because I'm a cold-blooded creature, and I need warmth coming from the environment. So they're gonna love it. They're gonna thrive. Thank you so much. Love you. It's Friday, June 28th. It's the end of the first week of classes and the continuation of a long slog of exhaustion. A lot better this week because teaching reinvigorates me, it revitalizes me, and I've had a really great time meeting my students. We had a great class today. I'm just like very happy, but still tired. And worked kind of late, was still working, and I heard a ring at the doorbell. I opened the door and saw a package on the doorstep. This is what popped up. And there was no note, so I don't know who it was from. I am very grateful, like, people continue to do very kind things for me. It's coming at just the right time. I don't know who sent this. If you sent this to me, please let me know that you sent it. I would love to thank you personally. I also don't know why you sent it. My birthday's coming up, but I don't think this is a birthday gift. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. I love, the people in my life are so great. Whoever you are, you know I love you, right? Thank you. And then this was 3/4. So
This looks like witchcraft.
it is witchcraft.
Oh my god, is all mixology witchcraft?
Yes. So do you wanna start? I think these are a little drier, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. We start from there and then come back around.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 3rd, and it's about 7:45 in the morning. I'm running
a little behind. I would like to have already been on campus, but I will make it with plenty time before class starts at 9:30. And looking forward to class today. I'm very tired. I went to bed at a good hour last night. I think I went to bed around 11. I have a friend in town who was here for the Omega Conclave and staying a couple days with me before heading back home. So we tried out La Jawab Indian restaurant over in St. Pete. And it's a brand new restaurant. I think it was featured in Creative Loafing or I Love the Berg. But I saw it a couple weeks back, and it was being promoted as this really good, this really good Indian restaurant that had kind of opened out in the cut. So I was like, I'll try it one day. And then my friend wanted to take me out to celebrate the book and tenure and show appreciation for, letting him stay at my house. So I was like, yeah, let's go check out this place that I marked as a place that I want to visit. It really was a little bit in the cut, and it is a brand new restaurant, and it's definitely being run, I think, by two brothers. I'm not entirely sure, actually, but it's being run by the manager and the chef that are kind of starting from the bottom up, and in a large space with an extensive menu. And so there are some growing pains. Now, the food was good, but we got there at around 7 p.m. and did not leave until 10 p.m. And that was because it took so long for the food to come out of the kitchen. But the restaurant was, decent. It was busy enough. People just don't pay attention and drive anymore. It was busy enough that if the kitchen is understaffed, then I could see why there were so many delays in getting food. So I think that they have a lot of, they need capital to hire people, but they also need, to have a customer base in order to build that capital. So I wish them the best. The food was good. And if you're in St. Pete or in the area, you should check it out. Support its local business. But be prepared to wait. We're going to be talking some more about the book Whistling Vivaldi, which the students are reading in this second week. And also, I have an entire activity lesson on affirmative action that I have done in the past that I just don't think I have the time to do this semester, because I'm a little behind on my lesson plan for the semester. And also I need to retool and rethink it given the recent Supreme Court decision. I may do kind of a quick overview of affirmative action because it comes up in the book, so I don't want to not talk about it at all. But I'm unsure what the new lesson is going to look like. Other than teaching, today I have several other tasks that I need to get done. Including some stuff related to an event that's happening next week. I need to reach out to some student groups. I need to work on putting together a proposal. So today I have a lot to cover, or uncover, as they taught us in teacher training. Including a lecture about Eduardo Bonilla Silva's book, Racism Without Racists. For those who are unfamiliar, he's a sociologist. I can't remember when the book was first published, probably early 2000s. But I never have enough time to have students actually read that book in this particular class, so I spend a good deal of time kind of lecturing through the theoretical background for the book and then some of the empirical stuff, and give the students examples or excerpts from the book to read, and then kind of gauge their reactions. But it's all related to these notions of identity and how important and salient they become in how people view the world, and therefore how they view issues of inequality. There's like I've never seen that marker there before. Sorry, got distracted. But that's what the goal for today is. And if I can, I'll try to push forward to the last part of the book, because next week we got to move into some history. These first 2 weeks have been kind of all about theory. Well, no, that's not true. The first week is really about theory, kind of getting students to think about themselves as theorists who have something to offer in terms of how we can think about this thing called blackness in relation to this problem called race. And then we start to get into history. So it's Landlords and Strangers by, what's his name? His last name is Brooks. George E. Brooks. Amazing book, very hard to find. If you can get your hands on a copy, definitely do. Oh, that's really neat. There's like this beautiful spider web. Clearly, I have no sense of urgency this morning. So I'm turning away from the office and gonna try to get some footage of this beautiful spider web. And then we'll be getting into Recreating Africa by Sweet, to kind of give some historical backdrop to the idea of a world without race, and how race gets created, how Africa gets constructed, how blackness comes into being through a variety of mechanisms. But let me get this, and then I'm gonna head into the office. So this might be the last you hear of me for a while. Tell us what you did at Renaissance.
I fell asleep. But not because it was boring. It was really good.
Not because it was boring.
No. And then take a nap. And I always fell asleep at the same part. I did it at the movies. I did it when we were watching it on YouTube. Same part.
What was the part?
It was right before. What's it? It's in my head. I see it. America, we got a problem.
Oh, okay. That's pretty late into the concert.
And then I wake up and it's she on the horse. I did it again.
Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, July something, the 9th maybe, somewhere around there. And it's been a good day. Tuesday is supposed to be my kind of recuperating day. And I slept in a little late and wake up till around 9. Did some email answering. I knew that I had a slate of emails that I did not get to yesterday, so I made sure to get to those. Then I went down to the Urban League of Hillsborough County. They graciously are donating a lot of copies of Charlemagne the God's new book about small talk to USF and the students. So I have the stamped and signed copies of those ready to deliver to campus tomorrow. After I picked those up, I went to the gym and got a good workout in. I tried a new routine today. That was challenging enough, but I think it could be a bit more challenging. I might need to increase the weights or something. But it was the exact kind of workout I needed. Like I didn't have the energy to do too much, but it was still challenging enough. After that, I went to the grocery store when Dixie had salmon on sale for $6.99 a pound. So I got 2 pounds of that so I can eat some lean fish for the rest of the week. When I got home, I put the groceries away, but immediately went out to mow the lawn because, as I've mentioned before, Tampa has been in a drought for a long time. We are finally getting normal summer showers. It's been getting these short showers almost every day. The lawn has come back to life in a very fast way. And this was the first chance that I've gotten to try to cut it down. I didn't finish. It looks a little weird out there, like it has a mohawk, because my batteries died on the lawnmower. Why was I thinking mowing machine? Anyway, the batteries expelled all of their energy, and so they are recharging, so I can try to finish that up before the day is over. And so now I'm in here because I got a package in the mail that I've been waiting for. I ordered this, I want to say July 6th or maybe July 3rd, I can't remember. But obviously the holiday got in the way of it being shipped. But I also ordered something for someone else, and that was delivered on the exact timetable that the original shipping details made. Mine got delayed. Like it just wouldn't leave the shipping facility for several days. And maybe they had something to do with Hurricane Beryl. I don't know, because it did come out of Texas, but out of Dallas, I think. So I'm not sure that the hurricane would have played a role. But anyway, it's here now. And I don't know. I only saw it online, so I have no idea if it's going to live up to what I'm expecting to see. But it's a hat. And it's from, I think, Dope Headwear is the name of the company. You can find it on the internet. I think they do have a brick and mortar store in Texas somewhere. But I don't really want to fiddle around with this package, so I got my scissors. They packed it nicely in this unbreakable bag. Okay, so now we can go ahead open that. It's cute. I like it. It lives up to what I was expecting. So this is it. It's probably a little out of focus. Whew. It's nice. It's the ivory pencil print. I like it. Obviously not wearing it like it needs to be worn right now. I honestly really want to put it on my head because gym plus mowing lawn, humidity, I feel nasty and sweaty and dirty. But just had to give it a little look. But yeah, we'll rock this. I think I want to take this out on my birthday. I hadn't really thought about when or why I would want to get it. I just saw it and really liked it and thought it was different. I don't really plan outfits very well, like as a thing, but now this is in my closet, my repertoire, and I think we can do something really, really cute with it. I do wish the inside was a little larger for my head. All right, that's all I was checking in for. I haven't eaten anything all day. I need to figure that out before I start snacking on things that I shouldn't snack on. Just throw a little something in my system. Hopefully mow that lawn, finish mowing the lawn. I'm expecting a phone call later today about something work related. But mostly I want to spend the rest of the day just kind of taking it easy, doing some things around the house. I had house guests this weekend, so I need to clean up a little, mop the floors, take some linens off the guest bed, that kind of thing. And that's all. Signing out. This is week 3 of classes. I should have mentioned that. This is week 3 of the summer semester. So once Friday is over, we will be halfway through the summer semester already, and that's kind of wild. I'm laughing because I've started this video multiple times. I keep saying that it's June 11th, but it's really July 11th. It's Thursday, the evening of July 11th. Tomorrow is Friday, July 12th, which is the last day of the 3rd week of class for summer B. So we're about halfway through the semester. And I've had a really, really great time this semester with the students so far. And tomorrow I'm doing more work than I like to be doing. I'm lecturing on the first couple chapters of James Sweet's book, Recreating Africa, in order to prepare students to read 3 chapters from the book for next week. It's a really, really good book that is based on a lot of records from the Portuguese Empire. It's about slavery in Brazil and the relationship of notions of good religion versus bad religion with the construction of Africa. And we talked a bit about, students wrote responses to a question of whether we should think of Africa as a geographic place or as a social construct. And a lot of them gave some really good and sophisticated answers based on what we read from Landlords and Strangers. So I think that there was also at least one student who expressed a kind of frustration with like, I saw, like they're getting it, right? Like I see the point that there was a point in time where race didn't exist. And there was also a point in time when slavery wasn't racialized. And then there was a shift, and that student kept asking, like, I thought this book, the book that we just finished, Landlords and Strangers, I thought this book was going to answer that because it kept pointing in that direction, but it didn't. So I'm hoping that this book by James Sweet helps to answer one kind of mechanism, not kind of, one mechanism, which is religion and spirituality that came to facilitate the association of Blackness with slavery and with evil and darkness and backwardness. It wasn't inevitable, and it didn't have to be this way, and it doesn't have to continue to be this way. But there are a lot of deep philosophical questions that we can't answer in an Intro to Black Studies course, but I do hope that students continue to be inspired to ask these important questions. There are a lot of smart, talented, hardworking scholars who have spent their entire careers helping us understand the construction of Blackness, its function, its purpose, its multifacetedness. And for me, so much of the work of folks like Calvin Warren and Black Nihilism and Jared Sexton and Frank Wilderson and Saidiya Hartman, who I will perhaps irresponsibly lump with Afro-pessimism, they have really helped me to have a kind of sober view of the world that brings me a great deal of peace, even as it exposes the depth of depravity of the world that we've inherited based on this this hatred of Blackness. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the limited amount of discussion we're able to have with the short 6-week semester on some of this. I am looking forward to the weekend for sure. I have a couple events planned with some friends. Unfortunately, one is moving to Atlanta on Monday, so we have to say farewell on Sunday. And but tomorrow should be an okay day. Tomorrow is just teaching. I have a meeting related to an event that the Institute on Black Life is helping to sponsor, hopefully in the fall, in the early fall. So it's July and early fall. It's just around the corner. So we have to we are getting the ball moving, and I'm excited about that. Anyway, I'm tired and I'm ready to call it a night. Oh, I started taking a digital photography class through the Hillsborough County Public Library. get your public library card. If you don't have it, just get one. Just go to the find time, go. Librarians are amazing. They're awesome people. And I think the career just attracts pretty great people. But if you feel like unsure or awkward or whatever about going to the library, I promise you it's a pleasure. But my library card had expired. I didn't realize it a couple days ago. I logged on to do the photography class, to do a lesson, and I was like, oh no, I'm expired. Can't log in. It was so simple. They had the instructions right there that you could, and this was around 6 p.m. I could have gone to a branch that's like 15 minutes away, but I really didn't feel like leaving the house. But you're able to renew by text message now. So all I had to do was send a text, ask to renew. They said, yeah, you just need your library card number, a photo ID, proof of residency in the county, and your proof of residency can be the same as your photo ID if it's your current address. And it was so simple and easy. It took less than 2 minutes. And then I was able to log on and do my lesson for my photography class. I don't know. I had a couple summers ago, like maybe 2 summers ago, I signed up to take a photography class on campus in the summer. And the class didn't make, so I never took it. But it was like I wanted to have a kind of formal instruction on photography because I've just been interested in it lately. And was kind of disappointed that happened. I also wanted to do a sign language class, but I think that with teaching over the summer, which is a choice, I could choose not to. But language classes, you need to meet every day. You need to be immersed in it. And I just knew that I wouldn't be able to commit that way with all the other things that I wanted to do. But eventually I do want to do that. Anyway, photography class, did the lesson tonight. That was cool. But that's why I got back on here, is I was thinking about like composition. And the video that I just did, I had this light, this overhead light of the hood on the stove. I had it turned off. And I kind of liked the shadow situation on this side of my face. But then I also thought, well, let me compare what they look like. So I decided to just do another quick video talking about nothing at all. But with the light on, so I can compare them. And then maybe make different choices or the same choices in the future when it comes to recording stuff. But that's all. All right, continue your speech, Malcolm.
I'm so happy to be here tonight with all of you. All of you beautiful people, David, Toya, Donathan, Dexter, Cecilia, and our Uber driver. Is a blessing tonight to get there safely in Jesus' name. We're reading that Bible tonight. Yes, we already read it. Where were you at?
Where were you?
I have my favorite.
Dexter gonna get the Holy Ghost.
Is that what you call cross? Come on.
Wow.